Me, Barack, and me and Michelle want you all to know there's some fancy language in this show.
We are something else.
All right. Oh, welcome to We Are Something Else, episode 217 on a special night. The choice is yours on it says for the culture day, but we're going to call this thing Culture Thursdays. Welcome to everyone over here. There we go. And let's hit the... Oh, man. As if we didn't need any extra days. It's your boy Kaleo. There's CB. There's E Rich. And there is the guest of honor, Jen Glenn, on Culture Thursday. Actually, Sunday. Fellas, lady, come off mute. It's Sunday. It's 7 p.m. On the East, 4 p.m. on the West. And is it 6 Central or Mountain Time?
It's 6 Central. It's 6 Central. I don't know about Mountain, but
yeah, none of our Mountain guests are here yet. So, Tia, good to see you. With Love R&B, good to see you. All right, so let's just dive right into it on a Sunday night. How was everybody's week? Jen, let's start with you. How was your week? How's your day doing?
I had a great week. Had a weekend. Went to a gala for my daughter's private school, and they like to have everybody come in and volunteer, and I feel like I should volunteer more, but you know what, I pay full price for her to go to this school.
Absolutely, I hear you. CB, how was your week?
It's crazy, bro, because we're about to start the work week. And so, we're normally used to the Sunday scaries. We're a few hours away from those generally hitting. But in general, we're here with the homies, man. So stuff is good. I'm here with the bros. I got my girl Jen Glenn with us. So, we're about to have some fun, regardless of the fact that the actual work week is about to start.
Yeah, I feel you. E, what's good, bro?
I'm enjoying the calm before the storm. Work is definitely about to listen. I don't know if they don't feel a certain way, but it's for sure gonna be. I have no clue what's happening over there, but damn it, it's definitely one of those. Everybody got a plan until they get hit in the mouth. You know what I'm saying? With work, so. Work is definitely gonna do it, but listen, like I said, it shows like this and just chopping it up with the fellas. Looking forward to hopefully this golf trip can see its way all the way through. And yeah.
Tia says, Jen, what are you cleaning?
See, CB, I don't know what kind of ship you're running here, but it's been a long time since I've been in my square, and it is very dusty in here. Okay. Very dusty in my square. I want y'all to tighten up after I haven't been here in a long time.
You're right. Oh, you know what? That brings a good idea. I have a good idea. We'll talk offline about that. My week last week, coming this week, it was really good. Got a few things accomplished. Looking forward to the week ahead. Just trying, there's some things happening this week ahead that CB and I know about that, Friday should be a good day. But look, this past Friday was an amazing day for me. I'm used to being on the L side of things, and I'm used to CB telling this story. But I was able to get the win on a pair of sneakers that were highly sought after this year. And normally a CB on the W side of those things, but it's okay. It's all good. But I'm looking forward to the week ahead. Soul Tales this Thursday, because February is a short month, but there was actually 4 Thursdays this month. So we'll get the Soul Tales, get the fellas in this week, talk about sneakers and all that good stuff. But all of that, because Tia's here. I know Tia runs a tight ship. I was privy to a lot of those things. So let's get things going. Let's wrap. Where are we going to start at? Let's start at this one right here. Christina Murray, the young lady in the swing. Christina Murray is suing a fertility clinic for IVF mix-up. Right? Christina is left feeling violated after she gave birth to a child that wasn't biologically hers. The 38-year-old unknowingly and unwillingly carried a child through pregnancy that wasn't hers, and she didn't find out till she gave birth to a baby boy. She said it was the happiest and scariest moment of her life. Quote, all the love I felt seeing him for the first time replaced by fear. How could this have happened? The IVF journey was facilitated by a coastal fertility specialist. She had to endure daily injections, egg retrieval. She chose a sperm donor that closely resembled to her: white skin, dirty blonde, hair, blue eyes. All right. At birth, she said she knew something was off because the baby she delivered was a dark-skinned African baby. Oh, wait a minute. Now, we don't want to make light of this, but hold on. I think I got something for that. Damn. All right, let me finish reading. DNA tests revealed she wasn't biologically related to the baby, despite knowing the mix-up. She loved the baby. 2 months later, the clinic suspected they had given Murray another couple's embryo, broke the news to that couple, and in return, the couple sued for their baby. She gave the baby up after she was told she was not going to win the case. All right, so there's a lot to unpack there, and spend some time here. That's got to be heartbreaking, right? I mean, I think we all know that pregnancy sometimes can happen for some people or have complications. Obviously, going to a fertility clinic, right? And then this happens. You get the call that your egg is ready. Your egg is pregnant. 9 months. You carry this egg to term, and you don't get what you expect. That baby sure is chocolatey. Yeah. So let's talk about that. Let's start with Jen. We haven't seen you in a while. Let's get Jen on here. Thoughts about this story, Jen?
Okay. Hello, everybody. It's good to see y'all again. I'm going to say this. I wonder how long did it take her to realize that she had the wrong baby, or that she had a Black or African American baby? Because it takes us a couple of days to oxidize. You know what I mean? Like, most babies come out white anyway. So, but the idea, I was thinking that if you really want a baby, I don't care what color the baby is, you hold somebody for 9 months, you're going to want to keep that baby. And I see that she did. But you can't fight against biology. So I was thinking, how in the world did they give the baby to the real parents? But honestly, if there was another couple and they were supposed to have that baby, I mean, would you want like your actual genetics out there on a mistake, running around without you? So I could see why she was going to lose the case and they gave her back the baby. But I mean, on both sides, I would sue this fertility clinic, because how do you make that type of mistake? Especially the amount of money that people spend to get these IVF treatments.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, in this case, she was somewhat of a surrogate, right? But that's not what the deal was supposed to be. CV, thoughts?
Right. Like, I mean, this entire thing is wild, man. Like because, from everything that I've ever been told is, you're going to like, there's going to be some connection there. You know what I mean? And so to go through the entire process and then have it work out the way that it did, you know what I mean? Like, it's nothing surprises me nowadays with everything that we got going on. But you definitely feel for like the people involved, because it obviously was a surprise. But at the end of the day, like, you got to be the clinic has to be held responsible for what happened here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not sure that you can even, I don't know. I mean, it's best to describe it is beyond the fact that mainly the emotions that kind of play a part in this, right? Like Jen was talking about, like biology, the whole nine. It's another part to that I feel like, call it old school, right? But like, this kid is always going to be like, oh, I was in the newspapers for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's the people that make the mistake don't have the burden of anything other than just saying like it was our mistake. But the families that got to deal with the emotional side of everything that's been going on, and yet all they're gonna get is just we're sorry. You know what I mean? Like even money, whatever. Like it can't change everything that's kind of happened up until this point.
Right.
Unfortunately, that's the way that a lot of people would like to think that this world is built on is I'm sorry and we'll throw you some money and then that's enough for it. So
yeah, now get out of here with that mess. So think about this too, right? Because we threw around the word biology. Let's see. Let's do this. We threw around the word biology, right? And you can't. Biology doesn't lie. But how many people we know, or men do we know, that have stepped up to raise somebody else's kid? And called that kid their own, right? And is this somewhat the same thing? I mean, granted, the other family was in the picture, and it just happened because of an error. But you carry that baby came through your body. It fed off what you were eating, and I don't know if we got as far as like breastfeeding afterwards, but you grow an attachment, and that's just, I mean, it's somebody got to pay, but that's just that's a horrible mistake. So like, should she have willingly, even though they said that she wasn't going to win, should she have willingly just given up the kid that easily?
Did she have the money to keep up like a costly fight? And here's the thing, like, I've been pregnant before. So that whole journey of like holding a baby and like, oh, I can't wait to meet this baby like for 9 months. Like that is big time. I mean, that's over everything. I can't even imagine going through all of that and then them telling me that this is not my baby and I have to give it up. I I feel sorry for all parties involved, but also somebody else around here, somebody else running around with my genetic material inside of them. That's my baby.
Yeah.
I just think she didn't want to fight. I just think emotionally she was probably like she just didn't have maybe a good support team. She probably just herself was just like, I don't want to go through this. Like you imagine like, so on Jen's side saying if she had the money, but again, even going through that process, there's still the back and forth, right? There's still somebody else is going to determine what is going to happen with the whole situation, and not just kind of if we want to get back to it, the maternal process of this whole thing, right? Which should have been just it, right? This without the mistake, right? Get it right. Now we're not having this conversation. I just don't think she would have, I don't think emotionally she wanted to go through that.
Yep.
Because then you think about how long it's going to take, courts and the whole nine. Now the baby's getting older, right? Now they're starting to be able to process something's not right because I kind of want to be over there, but I'm over here. And we all know that kids are they're sponges even at that earlier age that they pick up on all of that. So it's just like, who wants to be that person or that adult? And she's probably seeing like she was single on her side that she would be going through it dolo.
Yeah. And the fact that if the shoe was on the other foot for her, she would want, if somebody else was carrying her baby, she would fight and want her baby back. So I think that's what
I was just thinking that. I was thinking she probably also didn't keep up the fight because she knew that if the shoe were on the other foot, I'm gonna go get my baby back. Like, yep. And then how do I answer to this child when it's older to try to say, oh, well, the reason why you don't live with your biological parents is because of this big mistake and, like you're mine now. So, I see that.
It's not your fault. It was, the mistake happened. It's this clinic who's going to pay for it. All right. So let's talk about this real quick. This should be in an open and shut case, Johnson. Dame Dash, former or founder, because you can't be former, part founder of Rockefeller Records, him, Kareem Bigsburg, and Jay-Z. Has been going through a financial turmoil, as of late, and we've all seen this kind of the decline of Dame Dash doing every interview as of late, because it's probably a whole bunch, there's money involved with that because you get paid for these interviews, and we knew that his back taxes was something crazy, and he just sold, he's trying to sell his portion of Rockefeller Records off, which apparently comes maybe with a version of Jay-Z's first album. And I don't know. So, but as of late, so the newest thing with Dame is Dame's belief is that stars such as Jay-Z, Kevin Hart, and Kanye West should compensate him as appreciation. Dame is under the assumption that he put a lot of people on, so they should take care of him later in life to where he doesn't have to work or do anything. And then Cameron, who was close with Dame and also signed to Rockefeller Records at some point. We all know that. Cam says that he called Dame out for his bad spending habits and said that Dame had 2 mansions in London. And then says, we're not even from London. Why do you have 2 mansions over there? They would spend time over there. He had 1 mansion for the crew and he had 1 mansion for himself. Why do you need 2 mansions in London? Is what he's asking. So you can't spend all the money and then be like, I shouldn't have to work anymore, is what Cam said. So thoughts about that? Like we've talked about now, it's not our job to check people's pockets. But we know at some point Dame Dash was putting a lot of people on. Rockefeller Records was at the top. The chains, just the lavish spending, pouring the Cristal out, the Armandale, vodka, all that stuff that people with money do because they don't care about money because it's just pouring in right now. And then there's the other part in life where you're not always at the top. Rockefeller Records really isn't anymore. And the talent, who is Jay-Z, has got his own. So thoughts, was Cam right to call out his boy Dame? And over the years you've seen Dame's bad spending. Just thoughts about this story in general, CB.
Nah, I think that as someone who has reckless spending habits themselves, like you gotta you gotta own up to your own shit. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not feeling bad for Dame, bro. Like, not in the least. Like, he will have lost more money than I will have ever seen in my entire life. You know what I mean? Like, come on, bro. No one needs to be checking for you other than you checking for yourself. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. So I don't feel bad for him from that standpoint. And at the end of the day, like, yeah, I would think that like he would be set for life based off of, what he was involved in, who he helped put on and all of that. But like, still at the end of the day, you yourself are responsible for, how you see these checks come in. You know what I mean? Like, he was the one, he would have been the one sitting in, him and his lawyer, about, how he's supposed to get paid off of all of this stuff. Like, none of this stuff should be a surprise, bro. None of it should be a surprise.
Yep. I thought it was over, but when he bought Pro Kids, I knew, okay. I knew it was over, says Dimitri. That's right. He had the Pro Kids movement.
Hey, but listen, the Pro Kids, the ones where you had where the soles smell like cookies and like the little Oreo cookies was dope. I ain't even gonna front, like you had to copy a pair. But anyway, I think this is the biggest. Let me not say that. I apologize. This is another story of just mismanaging your own money. That's all there is to it. To think that somebody owes you something in the sense of I did all these things for everybody else, you guys should make sure you got me. The problem with that is there's a sense of loyalty that comes with that throughout the whole process of whatever's going on, right? Mm-hmm. And if that was, Cam was down and out and somehow Dame managed to get him a deal, okay, you slide somebody just, a little something on the side to just be like, hey, I appreciate it, right? Like, because if we all can get it, but the problem is they not making money together. So then now this is a big deal. You know what I'm saying? If in fact the homies and us are old and we still copping shoes, everybody's still copping shoes, right? Like we all looking at each other like we still here, we still doing things, right?
Jimmy, welcome in.
As soon as somebody's like, I'm no longer in the game, but then a shoe release comes out and they expect the homies, damn, did nobody decide to give me a pair? Nah, hell nah. Like you decided you wanted out of this. You know what I'm saying? This is all the way through to make it in lighter terms, but nobody should ever feel like anything is owed to them from anybody else. And as much money, like you said, that he spent, that he should be on his own to just like really get it together. So ultimately, this is a fumble for Dame, but I also feel like, again, man, this is all learning lessons, man. Y'all for sure gotta, man, stack them chickens for sure. Get them shits, keep them in the crib, not everything in the bank. You gonna learn.
I mean, we've seen this before. I mean, it's just like any athlete, right? The talent only lasts for so long.
Right. You got to keep your money up. I mean, I understand showboating because not too long ago, I got the big seat on Spirit Airlines. So I understand what that feeling is. But I'm going to say this. It was like, if he is the embodiment and the physical definition of like Ninja Rich. Yeah. And also, I see now why. And he's not just irresponsible with like that big, with his money in that area. It's irresponsibility. You cannot depend on your accountants to pay your taxes. You cannot just depend on somebody to pay your child support. Like your baby mama, you put one baby mama in charge of paying your child support. If a check is written, you need to sign off on all of these checks. Stop letting other people handle your business. Real, like successful, came up from the bottom. Now we're here. You already know like money doesn't grow on trees. Handle your own business. It is not, don't get me wrong. You hire somebody to make sure your money is put where it's supposed to be put to pay your taxes. You go behind them and say, hey, I don't want one check coming out of here with my name on it if I didn't sign off on it. Show me about my taxes. Like, make sure this money is put where it's supposed to be put, because you can't tell me any reputable tax agent is not like, hey, Dame, you know, these taxes coming up. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Hey, Dame, you know, these taxes coming up. Oh, okay. But you want to blame the tax people. And yeah, I just, now I understand that whole beef with Jay-Z and why Jay-Z did what he did. He saw something in him that Jay-Z probably saw something in him that we're just now learning about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, I think part of that deal was the signing of the signing of Cameron in that whole Dipset movement. Jay definitely didn't like that, and I think that iteration of Rockefeller, they were on their way out at that point, because Jay at that point was getting ready to take over, I think, president of Def Jam. Like things were in motion, and then the split happened. You know, Kanye chose sides. Kanye chose Jay, but yeah, the spending habits don't come out of nowhere, right? Yeah, and you're business savvy, obviously, but you're not really the talent. So if Jay up and moved away and decided to do something else, like what are you stuck with? But like you said, Jen, if you come from the hood and come from nothing, you should be able to know how to preserve that money or stay there, because it's a long way up.
I'm not saying you should know how to, Kaleo. I'm saying you know what it's like not to have money. You know, you don't have somebody else you can fall back on. So yes, I'm keeping my money. Like if I ever got up that big, I'm telling you, it is gonna be a nest egg somewhere for me to land.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And about those big chairs on Spirit, I love I've sat there once or twice, and you just look down on other people when you sit there.
I don't know how men do it, but I'm telling you, I had my purse on my arm, like I'm in the big seat.
Can somebody explain what is this big seat?
Oh, you don't know that life. Okay, so when you ride on Spirit Airlines, right, you know how they have cheap seats, and they don't really have first class. So what they have are like these, was it 2 rows, Kaleo, of big seats? Like those would be comfortable, like business first chairs on other airlines. They have them in the front, and then you can pay a little bit more money to sit in 2 seats, and 1 seat doesn't have a middle.
Yeah, those are comfy.
Yep. Yeah, 1 seat. I'm sorry, when I say it doesn't have a middle seat, they won't let anybody sit in the middle seat, but you have to upgrade to get these seats.
Yeah. Yeah.
And one time I upgraded. Actually, I upgraded twice, and I was like, "Ooh, I know what ballers feel like."
Yep, that extra room, no seat in the middle, and or the big chairs, the all you can eat snacks.
Yep.
Take advantage. It's kind of like Ocho Cinco wearing diamonds from Claire's boutique. Same thing. It's the same thing.
Living the big life.
It's gonna shine like a diamond. You're gonna think because I'm in the NFL, I done paid a lot of money for these diamonds. No, but I can get me a big chair for a couple extra dollars and be first class. All right. So, and at this point, I dare anyone to shit on Spirit, because the little engine that could is the only one that ain't been in the news lately.
Right. That's facts.
Okay. What he's saying is the truth, but still, I was in the big seat.
All right. Back to topics. This one right here. So I know CB is fond of this guy, but let's just talk about this story real quick. Don't jinx. You're right. Godfrey. I think it's an old clip of Godfrey. If it's not old, it's new, whatever. It surfaced lately last week about comments that he made about beloved TV dad actor James Avery, aka Uncle Phil. In a clip, Godfrey tells a joke about an encounter he had with Avery at a gospel award show where he called Avery secretly gay as hell. He then proceeds in the same interview to call out other TV dad, Reginald Vell Johnson, aka Carl Winslow, says that he was also gay or is also gay. This week, he recently apologized, saying his comments weren't to be taken literal. He said he was talking loosely as a comedian. Yeah. Now he's hiding behind the comments. You made whether it's a joke or not, you're hiding behind the comments or what you said. But people don't like that. Like, who are you to call out somebody else's lifestyle? Who cares? Like, my point is, who cares, right? Why is that even relevant in an interview that you're having? And who are you to call out somebody's lifestyle, who they are? Have y'all heard the one song called Uncle Phil? No. Yeah, but let's talk about it. Thoughts on this? Like, who is Godfrey to even just put this out there like that, and why? Why is it even a thing? Thoughts?
This one I gotta kind of look into a little bit more. God, he's not somebody that, or he's not a comedian that I've heard in the bad limelight. He's very talented. He's very funny. I think he chooses like the acts that he does properly. He's definitely pro us as well. So, I mean, I guess I put it to like this, depending on how old it was, right? Because I also think that we have been removed.
Pandemic old.
And I would say that is about the time that we probably as a nation, I wouldn't necessarily say a world, because again, I ain't over there, but I would say as a in the States, I think that was the highest that I felt that we were all like, everybody felt like they had to get a participation award for just playing a game. And it used to be that
Amy, welcome in.
Comedians could say whatever. I mean, we go back and look at what they was doing in the 80s, even early 90s. Anybody and everybody was getting it. And it was a joke. If that person didn't care about it, it probably didn't. It did ruffle their feathers. They might have said something, but you also just had it like it was a laugh. It can be distasteful. I think everybody's favorite comedian has told a distasteful joke at this point in life. But guess what? You're not going to be funny all the time. And there's going to be some stuff to you personally that you feel like is probably, kind of it crossed that line. But I think definitely during that time, you couldn't say anything about nothing and it wasn't going to be scrutinized at the highest level. And he's also not a mainstream comedian that he can say certain things and it kind of go over people's heads in that sense. But I mean, I like the dude, you know what I'm saying? And if he sidestepped, he apologized, keep it moving. Like there's no point of knocking him off his pedestal just because he made a mistake. Shit, we all got them.
Yeah.
I mean, Kaleo, you teed it up. Like I've been to a Godfrey concert. You know what I mean? Like he's been to DC. Like whenever he's touring, he comes through DC. So shout out to Godfrey for that and everything, and like showing up at like DC Improv, all that. Like at the end of the day, like he apologized for something that he felt like he needed to apologize for. Comedy is kind of like the last bastion for being able to like talk about certain things. You know what I mean? So, did he probably step out of bounds, in this specific instance? It's possible. And still at the end of the day, like my man, he came out and made a public statement. It's one of those things that we live in a day and age where someone is going to be offended. Like that's kind of where we're living, right? And if you're a comedian, just know, and he knows, there's no way that this is news to Godfrey. Like you're gonna say some shit. Not everybody's gonna think that stuff's funny. You know what I mean? And we understand that aspect of it. And at the end of the day, I'm the ideal comedy consumer. Like, I want to laugh, like make a joke. I'm going to laugh at it. You know what I mean? So, still at the end of the day, like I'm still looking forward to Godfrey coming through DC. You know what I mean? Like, the dude is funny, and he apologized for, you know, what he felt like he needed to apologize for in that instance.
Yep. Hey, it's me, Barack, and me and Michelle want you all to know there's some fancy language in this show.
Jen, thoughts?
I love Godfrey. I'm surprised he's not more famous than he already is. Like, I just think he's so funny. But in this instance, I'm thinking that the queer community, they have this rule. I don't know if I should necessarily call it a rule, but you don't out people until they out themselves. And here's one way I didn't agree with that, because I'm like, I feel everybody should feel free to be able to come out, and it shouldn't even have to be an issue. But Godfrey doesn't know if he's stepping on somebody's money. You know what I mean? Like, this man has to work. And so if he can make more money playing straight characters, you don't want that in the back of your mind that, you know, he's of the community. And maybe he wasn't ready for that to come out yet. And because he didn't just name him, he named a ton of Black actors that we didn't know were gay. Or, sorry, they weren't out. It wasn't known that they were gay. And so, yeah, for that, he was wrong. But I wish we lived in a world where this wasn't even an issue.
Right. And I think that, I mean, this current administration we have, they're just saying everything left and right. So, like, the sensitivity is starting at the top now. Like, the whole world is desensitized. Coming from the Oval Office to the We Are Something Else of it. It is, you know, everything is desensitized out here now. So, but yeah, I think that we said all of our favorite comedians have said something distasteful as of, you know, we know Dave Chappelle's comments, you know, got him in some trouble. We know Kevin Hart's comments. It's just all the sensitivity. But I don't know why this one happened to just, maybe it was just the way the interview, like, why does this matter in this particular interview? Right. For that to come out anyways. All right. So one more. 60 seconds or less, and I don't want to make light of this situation, but LeVar Ball recently suffered from a medical emergency to where he had to have one of his legs amputated. And we know LeVar is, again, he's not shy from the microphone. You know, he got his three sons somewhat into the league. You know, he put a spotlight on them, put a lot of pressure behind them, had the big baller brand, shoes, clothing line, all that, and he stood behind it. But for a while, he's been kind of away from the scene, whatever, maybe, you know. So all the sons don't wear, well, you know, one wears Nike, one wears Puma, the other one, well, you know, he's rapping now. So, but anyways, you know, medical had to have his leg amputated. So we just want to, you know, shout out to you, LeVar. Just, you know, thoughts and prayers and healings, whatever you're dealing with. But I just 60 seconds or less. We don't have to spend too much time here.
Yeah. It was definitely a surprise seeing that LeVar lost a foot or you know, but still at the end of the day, like, I'm going to give this man credit for backing up his sons. Like, we've got plenty instances in, like, the modern day where athletes don't have a father figure, right? Like, this motherfucker actually is out here campaigning for all of his sons. Like, shout out to that, man. So good to see that he's doing all right. You know what I mean? Like, Mello has posted about it, and, you know, all of that. So good to see he's doing all right. You know, at the end of the day, my man is still living, and that's the big thing at the end of the day. Like, yeah, he lost a foot. He didn't lose his life. And, like, he honestly does have 3 successful sons. So, like, as a dad, like, my man is he's living the dream, bro. So shout out to LeVar. And hopefully, you know, the rest of his life is not like some kind of super hindrance, you know, whatever. Like, apparently he suffers from a severe, like, medical emergency, and he now has to live without a foot for the rest of his life. But hopefully, like, that means that he's still got years to go. You know what I mean?
Yeah. 2.5 sons, CB.
Shit, if you also know, like, his wife suffered from a medical situation as well. I think she was like a top athlete at one point in time. Listen, man, you gotta love your close ones for sure. You know what I'm saying? Especially us, getting older and our parents getting older. You dig? And some of us have had these conversations of the kids becoming the parents and the parents becoming the kids. Us having to take care of them. But I mean, this is just true form, right?
Top of welcome in.
You gotta do what you gotta do. But shout out to him and just for being the loud black dad that showed that you can be that loud black dad and be proud of your sons and say that they can do all things, because the same ones that don't say it just as loud, you know what I'm saying, was admiring the fact that somebody can be that loud and not shy away from the moment of people asking, why are you so loud? Why wouldn't I be so loud about my kids? You know what I mean? So that's where we're at with this. But more so with the health thing, like I said, man, don't take shit for granted, because one day it can all go left. You dig? So do what you got to do to stay healthy. Take care of yourself. Drink your water and your sea moss.
I love to see a man on his grind, but don't put the grind before your health.
Yeah. Okay. Very well said. Where are we at now? I think we got a video to play.
Do you need a gift for yourself or for somebody special in your life? Look no further. Welcome to D-Cup Customs, where my lovely wife Doreen is a mad scientist and she can make stuff just like that, or this crazy cup right here, or anything that can pop into your imagination. And see these people in this little shot right here? Everybody owns something from D-Cup Customs. These aren't hired actors. We have rhythmics at home. And this is the crew who we love to sponsor. So before she raises her prices, like I'm always telling her to do, go ahead, order something, and use that code WRSC15 for a 15% discount.
All right. Shout out to our folks, our family at D-Cup Customs. Go to dcupcustoms.com, WRSC15. Save you 15%. We gotta get you an intro of some sort, Jen, for this culture. But yeah, hold on. We can lease. All right. Culture Thursday. Culture Thursday. So we know we got baddie behavior Thursday. Shout out to Sammy who's in the comments. We got Takeover Thursday, and now we have Culture Thursday with Jen Glenn. All right, Jen. So what do you have for us today?
Okay, so today I'd like to talk about cutting off your nose to spite your own face. So we all know that saying means that you've done something, maybe to try to either hurt somebody else or to save yourself from further embarrassment, or maybe so that you could gain, only to find out that you actually were on the losing end of what you were trying to do. So an example of this is this clip right here. And then I want to know from the gang, have y'all ever had this situation happen to y'all? Or have you ever cut off your nose to spite your own face?
Murder, your life's on the line.
That was early.
Nigga, he was
shitting
on us from the conception of his career. He was coming at us. So anybody who called me, they would call me when he would leave the office and say, yo, 50's up with interest in Simon. I said, you fuck with him, you ain't fucking with me. I hated on him to where he landed with M and Dre. I'm a way smarter person now. I would have fucking organized his deal and controlled it. And he would have never got
right.
He would have never got that Dre monster. You understand? But I done blocked this nigga to where he fell in the lap of Eminem, the biggest rapper in the universe, with a white fan base that all became his fan base.
Right.
I smile at everything I went through because it's made me who I am now. It will be no more shit like that. It ain't gonna be no more mistakes, because I'm a vicious motherfucker now, because I'm gonna sit back and calmly assess the situation. And I'm like, yeah, that label sucks. Let him sign that.
Right.
He was on Sony. What happened? Nothing.
All right, guys, have you ever had an issue where, something came back to bite you?
Wow. Thanks, bro. I'm sure that it has, but I'm gonna say in the sense that it wasn't in spite of anybody else. It would have probably been the thought process of myself first, and not understanding that sometimes it's there's always a bigger picture than you, right? At the end of the day. And let's just call it, if you're gonna be for real about ourselves, like we're young at one point in time and thought you knew something and you didn't. You know what I'm saying? And you made the decision thinking that was the right decision at the time. And we're here today to be like, that wasn't. I'm glad I made it out of that and I didn't do it again. But I still think that there's a level, if you listen to that interview though, right? He still said that he's a vicious motherfucker, right? Like, so you learn from your mistakes of shit that you might have done. And it was going to be written anyway, regardless of what he thought he should have done and didn't do. But ultimately, we framework who we are, not only by our environment, by the shit that we do. You know what I'm saying? So that's both mistakes that you have to learn from. I dare anybody to say that they haven't made any mistakes, and I guarantee you that they're not here right now talking the way that we're talking. So they're still in the learning curve of it. So yeah, I'm for sure that we probably did, but looking back at it, I wouldn't have changed it because it made me who I am today, for sure.
Yep. Okay.
I mean, definitely not perfect. So definitely mistakes have been made for sure. But what I will say about Irv is, hopefully, because RIP, like hopefully that, by the end, like, he had made his peace and, any issues that, he had, all that stuff had been resolved, whatever. Like, it was one of those things, at least for me, like when it came to the music, I was never the biggest, like Murder Inc., Murder, whatever, like fan, right? So, it was one of those things where when like 50 was going after these guys, to me, that was pure entertainment. Like that was definitely like, yo, this was, I just got to sit by the sideline as a consumer and enjoy, everything that was going on, you know what I mean? So, but Irv, he passed earlier than most people should, you know what I mean? Like we're living in a day and age where with medical science, like people are actually living like late, you know what I mean? Like 80 plus, 90 plus, 100 plus. And that's, what we would like to see. So, that's what I'm hoping to see for all the homies. And when, we're talking about any kind of situation where, someone passes well before that, prayers up to them and their family and everything. But, at the end of the day, be a good person and make sure that like when people are talking about you after you're gone, that most of the time, it's going to be positive stuff to say. You know what I mean?
Yep. I make mistakes all the time. Still learning from them. I think we have to make mistakes in life in order to become who we are. Me and E have this conversation all the time. Like, imagine this version of yourself 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Like,
I still didn't have calves 20 years ago. That's just fucked up. Like,
Hey, it's me, Barack, and me and Michelle want you all to know there's some fancy language in this show.
20 years ago, if I had the knowledge that I have now, I'd be like Irv. I'd be a bad motherfucker for real. Like the knowledge that I've gained, and then 20 years into the future, like, I'm gonna have more knowledge and want to go back 20 years ago. So I think we got to have the mistakes in the context of Irv's mistake. His was to the point of like there was real hatred in between Murder Inc. and 50 Cent. aka in G Unit. There was real hatred in there off of, from what I hear, one portion of it was a shared friendship, a shared friend that Ja and 50 had together. And that relationship with Ja and the mutual friend went sour. 50 kept the relationship alive. And it was just, more happened. But then you add money, you add fame, success, and then, we rappers, we're going to take it to wax. I mean, if you look at it, 50 was the main reason why Murder Inc.'s run kind of came to an end. And that's just what it was. That was an amazing time for music. And the song Wanksta, that was.
Bro, it's crazy to think that was like 20 years ago. It doesn't. We're going to pause it as much as we need to, right? Like, it doesn't feel like it should be that long ago.
Right. 20 years.
I think the takeaway from this is that when you're making decisions, try to make decisions long term, and you can't make decisions based in your own ego, because that's what kind of slows you down and stops you. Don't make decisions based off your own ego and what you think is going to be best for how you feel in this moment in time. And sometimes when you do that, when you actually purposely try to hate on people, you actually become a motivator for them. You can light a fire under them and be the engine in their back to actually make them want to come out more or come at you harder. So, yeah.
Real quick, while we're on the subject of Irv, and he did a couple of things where he cut off his nose in spite of his face, because that's how he kind of ruined the relationship with Jay for a while, because it was the height of the Nas and Jay-Z beef, and Irv went and signed Nas to Murder Inc. And Jay went and confronted Irv, was like, "Oh, that's what we doing?" And Irv hit him with it's a great business move. It's just business.
We're making money over here.
Yeah. What did Jay do in return? Jay went and did a Reebok deal with 50, went on tour with 50, and hurt Irv to the point that he went back to Irv and says, "It's a good business move." And that was, come on now. Again, he's done it a couple times.
No, but Kaleo, what did we learn from this show right now? It was just Irv Gotti. Like, he is the type of person that would hurt his own self trying to get somebody back. And then Dame Dash, just financially irresponsible.
Yeah.
Over and over and over again. So, yeah.
All right. You know what's a good thing to do with your money? I got my eyes. Say about Nas. No, we was just saying that Irv had signed Nas, and Jay went and did the power play on that. DC Shop Eye, WRSE 10. Save 10% to DC Shop Eye. Look. Black-owned, Black Business Series guest. Shout out to Grant, Margaret, all the wonderful people of DC Shop Eye. Look, Chicago
Shout out to Grant.
Grant out there flexing with his Adidas 3-piece suit, man. I'm like, look, DC Shop has been good to Grant and to us as well. All that delicious food out there. DC Shop Eye. Save 10%. WRSE 15. And now we are... All right, real quick. What did you say? I'm like that too. I've hurt myself to get someone back a few times. Yeah, I mean, we've all done it. All right, E.
Dimitri was ready to crash out at the bowling alley too. But anyway, we'll talk about that. Listen, we're gonna keep this real quick. You dig? Just in the light of time, I see where we're at with timing. So let's just get this on. Is it just E? And this is just really it's a conversation piece that I have to ask. Jen, I'm glad you're on the show today. I already know one person in the chat is really gonna have some stuff to say, Sammy, but it's kind of like a question as like, in a comment, right? Fellas, y'all ever been on the phone and you know, whether it's your homegirl, sister, cousin, whatever you want to, auntie, mama, friend, whatever you want to call them, and you can't really, the conversation don't really happen because if they're in the car driving, 9.9 times out of 10, they're more than likely cussing out somebody else on the road. Listen, I'm just trying to say that y'all females have very bad road rage, and I'm not saying that it's. I just want to know, what is it about? Like, y'all can't go 5 minutes on the phone without breaking conversation to yell at somebody who can't hear you at all. Windows down, it don't matter. You yelling at a car that cannot hear you, and don't care about the motherfucker on the other end of the phone that's getting all ear just all on swole now because you just yelling, and then get back on the phone like ain't nothing just happened. The whole time we just sitting there just. So you said you wanted to get what for dinner tonight? Because
I gotta put her comment up. Put Sammy's comment up, CB.
Exactly. With no tinted windows. But anyway, so which is crazy in the state of Texas not to have tinted windows. But anyway,
safe flight, Dimitri.
Hey, listen. I just need to know, Jen. Holla at me. Tell me something. Ladies in the chat, other than Sammy, because she didn't already said it.
You know, I as much as I want to say I don't really have road rage too bad, like my I don't use fancy language that often, right? Okay. And the other day, somebody walked in front of my car and then blurt fancy language all in front of my children. Yeah, we don't like being scared and surprised. But it is funny how you are so right. We will do that and then just go back like here's the thing about female road rage. We just gonna cuss out, you know, we gonna cuss you out in our car. We ain't gonna follow you and do all of that stuff, which actually maybe I have once or twice, but generally it's gonna stay with us in the car.
All right. I mean, put myself. It's a fair, true point. Yeah, I've been on the phone a lot of times within my age range for a while, and I've been privy to those kind of conversations where you could be in a deep, serious conversation about something like, why did you say this earlier? It hurt my feelings. You know, I cried and I was in tears, blah, blah, blah. Motherfucker, watch out. That's how it is. That's what the comments ask that, and it's happened. And I'm talking about full on just cussing whoever, and we'll talk about it for the next 10 minutes. I can't believe they did that. They even ruined my day. My day is, no, it's not. Your day is not ruined because the Toyota Celica was trying to get over with had the flashers on, was trying to get over for the past 10 minutes. You didn't want to let them over, and they decided and said, fuck it, I'm getting over anyway. And but why is that too? Why are we so possessive behind cars? In our cars, like somebody's trying to get over. The merge lane is about to end. They riding on the part of the road where it's got those wake up bumps on it, tires just up and down like this, trying to get over. You will not let them. You better get over in front of somebody else. You ain't get over in front of me. Like it's gonna slow your trip down.
Yes, it is. Wait, so I don't, guys. What do men do in those instances? Like, how are we different? Is what I'm trying to figure out. I'm not saying I have done this before, but how do y'all go about that?
I mean, I just don't let the only car I don't let in are Altimas. But anyway, I think what happens, Jen, to be honest with you, because because I've been on the phone. Like I've been on the phone with my bro when you know what I'm saying, when he's on his way to the crib or when I'm leaving the metro. You know what I'm saying, like the train station. It'll happen, but like we leave it like right then and he'll be like, "Hey, damn, you just gonna walk in front of the car? Okay, cool." Like, you know what I mean? Like, because we've already dealt with enough in the day that we can't allow that to take that much more time. Because at that point, you're not at work, right? So your mind should already be done.
Yeah.
Y'all let that thing linger though, like you said, it'd be, and then come home, talk to your girl about it, talk to your mama and your cousin. Damn. Well, what you gonna do now? Because it's over with, but you still talking about it. Whole time, somebody on the couch just sitting there, just waiting to have. We gonna finish the conversation.
Wait, have you? But it's the same way with kids. Let your kids be doing something crazy when you talking on the phone. Can't you see I'm talking on the phone?
I know that one for sure.
Yes. No, I'm on the phone. So now you want to go over there and like, I don't know, put peanut butter on the wall or whatever. You know what I mean? So then it's a whole like, now that I know, I understand that better than I do like the road rage. But yes.
So if something happens to me and the main thing I'm like, oh, so that's what you want to do? That's what we out here doing today? That's kind of my comment. You don't even know what's happening, but that's just it. That's really? All right.
Yeah. I'm not too much of a road rage.
Nah, man. We know that people be doing stupid ass, crazy ass shit out here, bro, on the roads. Like it's one of those things where if I see a lady in that Nissan, you know what I mean? Like I'm giving her space. Like it is what it is. Cause I also know that like if I'm the one behind the wheel of the Nissan, I've been that person before. Sometimes they're gonna pull you over for absolutely no reason, literally none. And so, you know, like it is one of those things where like you can't be caught, like you can't be out there thinking that they know that you're just an easy piece. You know what I mean? Like you got to be good out there. You got to be making sure you're following the rules of the road. And yeah, bro, these PG police out here, they don't play. That's all I gotta say about that shit. God damn it.
You were leaving the podcast. And you were leaving the podcast for that.
I mean, like, bro, literally, I'm on the way home. And these motherfuckers are like, where you going? Like, come on, bro. Like, this is a rental. My shit is in the shop. Like,
CB got profiled in Nissan Altima. That's why the comments about Nissan.
Just know that, like, if for the last 5 years, like, I mean, wait, hold on. We've been doing this podcast, I think, since 2018. So we got some time in. Anytime that I've ever made a joke about anyone driving Altimas, just know that there's some real shit behind that. Like, just know that I was driving a vehicle and may have been profiled. You know what I mean? Like, that is what it is.
Damn.
All right. Well, don't really have a copper chop tonight, but definitely can show some sneakers, talk sneakers real quick. Get up out of here. Uncle Dandy on blast, and that's kind of he started at 8:00, so we're gonna go head over there and support Uncle Dandy on blast. Jermaine, I think is he Dandy or Jermaine? He's Jermaine on blast. Uncle Dandy on station there. All right, so
that's our boy.
Yeah, so let's just go into showing sneakers because we don't have a copper drop. But we do.
I just want y'all to know that there is a sneaker out there. It's just that, like, we got plenty of time to talk about it. We got plenty of time to talk about it.
Exactly. All right, I'm gonna start off, show something real quick, something slight. everything, you know, it's not always about heat. It's about colors and how you feel about, you know, what you're rocking. And I recently rocked these a couple days ago, actually, yeah, and over the weekend. So just some basic old Asics. Now the laces are green, so that's why everything that looks red right now is green,
Okay.
like a mint color. But yeah, some basic old Gel-Lite 3s. CB turned me onto the Gel-Lite 3s.
The split tongue is
Split tongue
like
is amazing.
That's a special thing for the Gel-Lite 3, man. Like
Yeah.
super cozy.
Some basic old everyday kind of, you know, heat. All right. E.
Just like I said, keeping it basic. But I've been shopping for my potential Dreamville walk around shoe. So this is where we're doing it right here. Something slight. Cleo, my bro knows about this colorway with us. That gold green is everything to us. So just a little something, you know, a little something to walk around in.
Okay. All right. Jen.
Okay, so guys, I bought some sneakers. Y'all know I don't wear sneakers that often. But here's the thing, I'm not going to show them because my children told me they were ugly. So what I'm going to do when we come back, I bought 2 pair.
Okay.
When we come back, when I'm here that next Thursday, I will show y'all the shoes.
Okay.
Well, you bought 2 pair of the same shoe, or you bought?
No, they were different shoes, and I got told that, and I was going to show that one pair today, right? And I was told that they were ugly.
God.
So now I'm too embarrassed to show them.
God. These kids, man, they're just out here talking all this shit. You know what I mean? So this is a big win for your boy. Like, this is one of those joints where this was on the list of joints that I needed to add to the collection. And what's funny is my boy E Rich already has these. So I got my pair delivered. I sent him a picture. It was not the full sneaker. It was a specific portion of the sneaker. And he goes, "You fucking idiot, send me like the full picture of the shoe." And I was like, "All right, bet. Yeah. Like, because it was the wabi sabis, and there's a lot of green on this shoe. Like, and I haven't taken the tag off yet, but just know this is one of the best Air Max 1s that have come out in the last 5 years. Like, this is one of the best.
Okay.
Gum bottom. If you're into like the Japanese culture and all that shit, like, they did their thing with these. So just know that me and your boy E Rich, we're fucking living the life. We got these motherfuckers. That's what we're saying.
All right. So look, Gen X TV, where you can find the We Are Something Else podcast and all all the latest episodes, but we got a pretty good catalog over there, constantly uploading over there, getting ready to do a live show, hopefully in March, which March starts in a week or so. Go over there, download the app. I believe it's on iOS now too. I believe Apple has Gen X you can download for your phone. Check that out. Somebody told me they had it on their phone, or they could see it on there. I think Be Easy said that. But Roku or Fire TV, now available, I believe, on iOS. Somebody confirm that for me.
I'm excited because Gen X has like workout videos on there now.
Yeah, like shout out to Coach Kim, Chauncey, all the wonderful people at Gen X TV doing major things over there. Black owned, TV app, the Black owned app. So, look out for us to do a live show. We kind of have the concept of what show we want to do over there live in a couple of weeks. I think some people have some homework assignments to do.
Someone has some homework to do.
Yeah. I got homework to do. But look, that's all we got. We do this. I want to thank Jen Glenn for joining us on a special night with Culture Thursday. We would have had it live on Thursday, but there's a lot happening on Thursday. Timing wise, it just wouldn't work out. I want to thank all the beautiful people who showed up today on a special night. Like and subscribe to all that good stuff. Where can you find us? So next week, well, tomorrow, Kendall B Morning Show, 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Pacific, Station Head, Twitch, and Blast. Come and join the Beehive. Have a good time with us. The Beehive Cruise is coming up. So a lot of us are going on that cruise. Some of us aren't, but should be a fun time. But tomorrow night, if you are in the Snarky Mac Book Club, coldest hoe ever, book two.
Shout out to Snarky.
The review tomorrow night. Snarky, whose birthday was yesterday as well. So happy belated Snarky.
Happy birthday.
10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific, live on Station Head, the Snarky Sessions, and it's the review of The Coldest Hoe Ever, Book 2. Book 1 was real good. We had a really good review for that. This Kendall, welcome in, Kendall. I don't know how long you've been here, but tomorrow, Book 2 should be a good time. And I'm interested to see how they put the soundtrack together for the show, because we do play music in between, and last time there was specific songs mentioned in Book 1 that made sense to play. I think there may have been 1 or 2 songs in Book 2.
Yeah. I don't know how they're going to do it now, but it's just, all you got to do is put on your ratchet song playlist.
Yeah. So that's good stuff. So see y'all there tomorrow. Jen, let's talk about 3 the Hard Way. Where can we find 3 the Hard Way?
All right, you can find 3 the Hard Way on YouTube on Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. Central. And I also have The Culture on Station Head every Thursday at 2 p.m. Central.
Okay. What's the YouTube channel for 3 the Hard Way?
Oh, don't ask me that, Kalea.
The number 3 TH.
It's the number 3 TH, but yeah, you know how the algorithm works. We're gonna have to figure out how to make it pop up.
Yeah. But yeah, check it out 3 the Hard Way. That's it, fellas. Anything before we go?
I mean, 2025, we're starting off hot, and Soul Tales next week, bro.
Soul Tales next week. So that's Cardo. Hopefully Be Easy will be here. The money. Since I brought his name up.
Be Easy Shoe and Fashion Report.
Our Money, me, CBE Rich.
Bang, bang.
That's all we got. Back to this one. All right.
Follow us on YouTube at WRSC Podcast. Be sure to like and subscribe.
Ain't coming, I ain't fishing in the past, but the jumping to the bag. Ain't coming,